First down, Lane Kiffin, the ball coach. Lane Kiffin has firmly established himself as a legitimate coach. Ole Miss stunned Georgia 28-10, a win that gives the Rebels a clear path to the college football playoff. Kiffin's journey to this point wasn't easy. His early career struggles in Tennessee and USC cast doubt on his ability to win big. But after a humiliating 35-point loss to Georgia last season, Kiffin made drastic changes. He focused on building a solid roster through recruiting and the transfer portal, particularly strengthening the offensive and defensive lines. This year, Ole Miss leads the nation in sacks and ranks second in total offense. Saturday's win over Georgia wasn't just a victory. It showcased Kiffin's evolution as a coach, cementing his place as one of the SEC's top contenders. With 2 more wins, Ole Miss could make the SEC championship game and the CFP, proving Kiffin's legitimacy. Second down, Deion Sanders and the CFP. Deion Sanders Colorado Buffaloes are making an improbable push toward the college football playoff. After a disastrous 2023, Colorado is now in control of its destiny in the Big 12. A win in their next 3 games, against Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State, could see them clinch a spot in the Big 12 championship game and potentially an automatic berth in the CFP. Colorado has turned things around despite early struggles with protecting quarterback Sanders and a porous defense. They won at Texas Tech 41-27, forcing 3 turnovers and collecting 6 sacks despite only rushing for 60 yards and committing 14 penalties. This turnaround sets up an exciting postseason run for Sanders and the Buffs, and it's only fitting that the sport's most prominent personality would lead this remarkable transformation. Third down, Kurtis Rourke, Heisman candidate. Indiana quarterback Kurtis Rourke has quietly become one of the most impactful players of the 2024 season. Leading the Hoosiers to their first-ever 10-win season, Rourke has thrown for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns in a historic win over Michigan. His Heisman candidacy, however, hinges on his performance in 2 weeks against Ohio State. If Rourke can lead Indiana to an upset, he'll vault into the Heisman conversation as a legitimate contender. Despite not having the flashy stats of players like Cam Ward or Dillon Gabriel, Rourke's efficiency and leadership have brought Indiana from the bottom of the bowl subdivision to a potential playoff contender, making him a player to watch as the season progresses. Fourth down, Miami meltdown burns ACC. Miami's 28-23 loss to Georgia Tech has essentially ended the ACC's chances of having a second team in the college football playoff. The Hurricanes, who were once in contention to make the playoffs, now have no room for error. Their schedule has been one of the easiest among Power 4 teams, and the loss to a double-digit underdog only highlighted the ACC's overall weakness. While Miami was once a projected playoff team, this loss, coupled with their lack of quality wins, leaves the ACC in a precarious position. If SMU had beaten Miami in the ACC championship game, they could have offered another potential playoff spot. But now, Miami will likely fall behind other 2-loss teams from the SEC, leaving the ACC with only one potential playoff contender. Miami's Heisman hopes and the team's playoff aspirations are all but dashed. This week's results are shaping the landscape of college football and setting the stage for a thrilling conclusion to the season, with Kiffin's Ole Miss, Sanders Colorado, Rourke's Indiana, and Miami all playing pivotal roles in the race to the CFP.